welcome to our special Halloween episode of DreamShare, a bi-weekly podcast where we talk about dreams, share dreams we've had, and figure out what they could mean. I'm your witchy host, Sarah Strunk, and I'm here with my co-host and brother, Christopher. Woo!
Woo!
I warned you, I was gonna do noises.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Happy Halloween, everybody! Today, we are celebrating spooky season, one of the best seasons of the year, by talking all about nightmares. To get into the spooky spirit, I researched and came up with 4 fun facts all about nightmares.
You have 4 fun facts?
I do have 4 fun facts, because it's a special episode.
That's a lot of facts.
It's okay, we're just gonna get right through them.
Okay, I also have some fun facts.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
I'll bring it up later, though.
Oh. Ooh, okay. Or shall I say, ooh, like a ghost.
Okay.
Okay, so the first fun fact, and this one might not surprise you, but children are more likely to have nightmares than adults.
You're right, that didn't surprise me.
No, yeah, a lot of kids have more nightmares.
Nor did it spook me.
They'll get spookier as we get through them.
Oh, interesting.
Oh. So number 2 fun fact is that you might think that fear is the most common reason for nightmares or being scared of something, but actually emotions like confusion, guilt, and sadness are more common because they're deeper emotions and they linger longer than fear.
I didn't know they were deeper emotions.
Well, I mean, fear is a valid emotion. We're not trying to discredit fear. But, like, if you think about fear being a temporary emotion, like you're in a state of fear and then you move in and out of it versus, like, you could be sad for a long period of time or you could feel guilt or confused longer than you're in that initial state of fear.
I see.
Which is why I think they linger.
I'll be honest, Sarah, I'm a little confused. Let's just move on to the next fact.
Okay, that's okay.
I don't know what about that confused me, but I'm like, yeah, fear.
Okay, next fact. Eating a late night snack or eating right before bed can actually cause nightmares because eating right before bed increases your metabolism, which in turn increases the activity in your brain. So it causes you to have more vivid dreams, including nightmares.
Okay, so I don't think I believe in that because, at least for me, like, I've heard that too. Like, my friend Heather told me that, and I was like, is that true? Where did you read that? And then now you've said it. So 2 people in my life have said it, so obviously it must be true.
Obviously. Oh, the internet said it too. Everything's true on the internet.
That's true. The internet is most of the time 100% factual. I eat pretty regularly before bed. Like, I'll have, like, Cheerios at, like, 11:30 at night, and then I go to bed. I mean, not like right away, but I go to bed like within the next hour. But I guess I don't fall asleep for like another couple hours, so maybe that's why. But anyway, the point is, I eat a lot before bed, and I don't have nightmares.
I think this calls for a future experiment.
Oh my god.
Ah ha ha. Future experiment for a future episode.
I don't like this. This is going to be like, I made my brother eat 3 pounds of baby back ribs before going to bed. Let's find out what he dreamed about. Oops, he's dead.
Oh my gosh. The baby back ribs ate you.
I feel like if I ate baby back ribs before bed, I would have a nightmare just because of how heavy they sit in your stomach.
See, that's why we gotta have an experiment.
All right.
Because we have to figure out if you eat like an hour before bed and then you go to sleep, I think it gives your tummy enough time to settle.
Is it like you eat an hour before bed and you fall asleep, or you eat an hour before bed and then like you're just in bed? Because like I get in bed and I just look at the ceiling.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna have to call for a scientifical experiment.
Okay.
Maybe Heather would want to do that experiment with us.
Yes, you should do it on someone else. That is a great idea, Sarah.
Great idea. I'll reach out to Heather. Heather, if you're listening, then we might have an idea brewing here. Brewing in my witch's pot.
Yeah, can you eat some ribs?
The 4th fun fact is there actually is an upside to having nightmares. And you may not think so because they're pretty scary and they're probably a little traumatizing. But since nightmares are usually based on stress and worries from your everyday life, the brain does a really cool thing and takes those fears, and then in your dreams, they play them out like a narrative, or like they play out the scenarios of your stress and anxieties. And this doesn't just happen in nightmares specifically. It can happen with other stress dreams or things that take up a lot of room in your subconscious that you don't necessarily realize are taking up room in your subconscious. But when you wake up after playing through those stress dreams or framing scenarios, your brain might, and I say might because the article was like, this is not the case for everyone, but it might subconsciously shift your thinking of the future or present event to a past event, helping you to separate yourself from those scary stressors.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me my brain makes my brain think that it time traveled? Is that what you just said?
I guess you could say that.
My brain goes, oh, this is stinky. Well, good thing it already happened. But let's still stress about it? Is that what you're saying?
I guess in a way, yeah.
It's stressing me out about the thing that hasn't happened by thinking that it has happened, and it's remembering how stressful it was. But then when I wake up, it hasn't happened, so I'm just reminded about how stressful it's going to be. Is that what my brain is doing?
You know, brains are weird. Brains are tricky.
My brain is stupid.
Stupid. STOOPID.
I'm mad at my brain.
Hey, you know, maybe this doesn't work for you. Maybe it works for someone else.
It might not. I can't remember the last time I had a nightmare.
Well, I guess you kind of have a point. I don't think I can remember the last time I had a nightmare. I've definitely woke up crying.
Well, yeah, but that's normal for you.
Yeah, it's normal. You can cry with your eyes closed.
I know. You've told me. But I don't have nightmares. But I do have anxiety dreams, or like stress dreams. I guess you literally were just talking about stress dreams.
Yeah.
It's more like anxiety, like, oh my God, these people are looking at me. Why are they looking at me? I wish they would stop.
Do you ever have stress dreams where you're playing out an event that is happening in the future? Like, say you're stressed about a work thing, or you're stressed about an argument between someone that you have to talk through, like a roommate or a friend or someone, and then you play that out in your head?
Yeah, I'm mad that my cat is just dirty.
Oh.
And I just think about it all the time, and he takes stinky poops. No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Since I started recording my dreams, I haven't had any nightmares or stressful dreams or anything like that.
Well, do you want to share a dream today?
What if I just said no? What would you do?
You know, the show must go on.
Would you just share 2 dreams?
I probably would just share my dream and then the community dream. But, like, honestly, then what's the point of you? If you're not here to bring a dream, why are you here?
I'm the editor, Sarah.
Oh, yeah, that's important. No, but do you have a dream to share?
Well, yes, I do.
Oh.
And not only do I have a dream to share, but now I have job security.
Woohoo! We love job security.
Woo!
For a job you're not even getting paid for.
That is true.
Okay, so before we get into your dream, I think for this very special Halloween episode, instead of whooshing, we should whoosh like ghosts. So I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Whoosh.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Whoosh! I was at a train station in Tokyo, and I was on my way back home. All my dreams take place in Japan, I'm now realizing. Anyway, I was waiting for the train, and I thought, like, out of the corner of my eye, I saw somebody I knew. So I did that squinty thing where you're like, is that someone, do I know them? And it was somebody I knew. It was my friend Peter, and I was all like, oh my gosh, that's Peter. What is he doing here? He doesn't live here. I don't live here. Wow, crazy. So I walked over, and he was hanging out with his friend, and I don't remember her name, so I was going to call her, like, Girl or something. We were all just waiting for the same train, so we were just kind of hanging out until it showed up. When the train did arrive, we had to scan our train cards to get onto the train. Bloop, bloop. And eventually, after a couple of people got on, it was my turn. So I walked up, and I scanned my train card, bleep, bloop, and it didn't work. Bleep, bloop. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, that's weird. I'll just use my glasses. Just a side note, I don't have glasses. So I scanned my glasses, bleep, bloop. It showed me that I had $3 left, and I thought, all right, cool, that should be enough. And I got on the train. Unfortunately, the train only went one stop before it ended up breaking down. Oh my God, this is the sound of the train. It's breaking down. Oh no. And for some reason, I looked at the conductor and I was like, is this my fault? And he just looked at me and was like, yep. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's my fault. I am so sorry. And he was like, yep. So everybody got off the train.
Hey, I hear some kid broke the train. Oh, that's awkward.
And while everybody was getting off the train, Peter's friend, girl, handed me her train card since mine didn't work. And then she just like went home. So I guess it was her stop. I'm not sure. She just left. She gave me her train card and left. And I was like, oh, that was nice. But anyway, the train is fixed now. So everybody gets back on the train. But because I was getting the train card from girl, I was one of the last people to get back on the train. So I go to scan my card and it asked me to enter her email. And I was like, oh God. Okay, well, I can't use this. So I pulled out my train card and I scanned it. Bleep, bloop. But it gave me another error. Bleep, bloop. And it also said I didn't have enough money. And I was like, oh my God. And I look up and everybody's on the train and they're all looking at me. And I'm like, oh God, I'm starting to sweat. I look at the conductor. He's looking back at me. He seems a little mad that I broke his train in the first place. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I broke his train. And now I can't get back on the train. So I pull out my wallet to hopefully like find some money. But all I can find are $20 bills. And I'm just pulling out an infinite amount of $20 bills. And I'm like, no, this won't work. This isn't the currency here. Everybody's just still looking at me. And I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like obviously that was a stress dream with a lot of spiraling.
No spooky though.
I'd like to propose though, in the spooky spirit, that perhaps you were the monster in the dream.
Okay, that was a twist I did not see coming. Wow, you're right. So you're saying maybe this dream was really about the conductor.
I think so. I mean, you could just look past all the stressful events of being in public and not being able to have the right thing at the right time and that stress that normally comes in your everyday life. But I think you should just look past that and reflect on who the real monster is in this situation.
Wow, thanks, Sarah, for always having my back.
I got you.
I do like that this was the conductor's nightmare where he's like, I'm just going to work. I'm just going to my normal everyday job at the train. My favorite train. I named her Clarence.
Toot toot.
And then some kid shows up and is like, hello, has trouble getting on the train, somehow scans his glasses, breaks the train, then can't get back on. And the conductor's like, what have you done to Clarence?
You ruined everything.
I like that. That's way more interesting than anything I had prepared, honestly. What a hot take you had there.
I'm getting better at this. No, I need to be more humble. I'm working on it.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
The only fun facts I have, I wrote down, did you know you can't actually use your glasses to get into the train station?
Well, that is a good fun fact. Well, I also recently had a dream, and it wasn't a nightmare, but it was a spoopy dream, and it was perfect to get me in the mood, and it's also perfect for this episode.
All right, I'm ready to get spooked.
So, ready to whoosh again?
Yeah, okay, yes.
Whoosh! Whoosh!
Whoosh!
I was going to this strange healer woman for treatment. I don't really know what the treatment was for, and it was a new treatment. I didn't know a lot about it. But she was clever and pressured me into it, kind of like a scam artist. The treatment consisted of feeding me thick, pastel yellow yogurt-like substance, and she fed me a lot of it, like gallon-sized Ziploc bags. It caused me to feel absolutely exhausted after it was over, so when I left her room, I waited outside to catch my breath. But I briefly overheard her and her next patient. Her next patient asked, "What is this?" And she looked at him and said, "It's light." I got scared, so I ran away and bumped into a nurse who worked in the more scientific side of the healing center. She said, "We need to get every last drop because this treatment, it's dangerous." That scared me even more, and all of a sudden, I blacked out. I awoke in the healer woman's basement at night. She had kidnapped and trapped me, but somehow left the door cracked and fell asleep. So I actually managed to escape. There were 4 teens in a car conveniently parked outside who just wanted to be rebellious. So when I swung open the back door and yelled, "Drive, drive, drive!" they helped me escape. We drove back to high school, and I ran into this large newsroom where there was a small studio set up in the corner with a green screen and about 50 kids at computers in cubicles. My TV production teacher yelled from the corner, "She's here!" and then immediately started a countdown from 5. I assumed it was my job to give the school news, so I ran as fast as I could, stumbling over chairs and children to get to the set. The broadcast started, but I could see everyone staring at me, and I wasn't sure why. Then I looked in the monitor and realized my face had changed. My once pale pinkish skin and soft brownish blonde hair morphed into another creature altogether. My face was now a shade of forest green, like the Wicked Witch of the West, with yellow and brown speckled dots on my cheekbones. My hair turned pitch black. I was the monster, and I knew that the Light Woman had turned me into this. I wasn't mad, though. I got up, strutted out of the school, rocking my new look.
Oh my god, what a twist.
I didn't expect the twist.
Oh my gosh. No wonder you turned mine around. Yours turned around. We're both the
What can I
monsters.
say?
You just didn't want to be alone.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't want to be alone in my monsterhood.
Wow. Okay, so you went to a place and she fed you a bag of light, and then you were like, oh god, I gotta get out of here. Thank god there's rebellious teens outside. Turns out they aren't the real villain.
No.
And then you got in the car, you went to school, and then you had to present the announcements?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you why. But I just remember, like, I looked in the monitor because everyone was looking at me. And I was like, why are they looking at me? And, like, I could see the monitor and I was like, oh, I'm a monster.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy.
Wow.
But, like, normally I'd think, oh my gosh, that's the nightmare part of it. That's the scary part of, like, oh my gosh, I've turned into this thing that I don't even know what powers I hold or possess.
Yeah.
But then I just got up and I was like, dang, girl, you looking fine.
Wow, that's such a positive way of thinking.
Yeah, thank you, brain. Really, wow, brains are cool.
Yeah, well, I'm still mad at mine, but yeah, yours, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. So I tried to think about, like, what things could mean in this, but there wasn't a lot of facts or elements that I could pull from. And even the light thing, I have no idea what the light represents or why she was feeding it to me. I have no idea. So for my creative writing class 2 weeks ago, we had to come up with a poem for our poetry unit and do a round table where people give us feedback on our poems. So I said, well, what am I going to write a poem about? And then I had this dream and I was like, bam, that's what I'm going to write my poem about.
You're doing your schoolwork even in your sleep.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I have another final assignment that I'm starting to work on. And I was like, how am I going to do this? And then I had a dream and I was like, that's how I'm going to do this. So really, like, my brain's helping me out right now. I appreciate that. So, do you want to hear my poem?
I'm yawning.
That's not good reviews. You haven't even heard the poem yet.
Sorry, yes, I would love to hear the poem.
Okay. Gobble, gobble, goop. Drink more, the witchy healer woman yells as she continues to pour. Thick, tasteless paste being shoved down my throat. This is your treatment, she says with a gloat. But what is it you're feeding me? I choke out of fright. She looks at me blankly. Why, I'm feeding you light. Sight ceased to exist, and my senses froze. She takes me away, all my fears then arose. Trapped in the basement, dizzy I may be, until a crack in the door allows me to flee. I sneak up the stairs, creep round the halls, stumble into a doorway, and escape from these walls. Car in the driveway full of rebellious teens. Just happened to be there, don't think too hard what this means. My peachy pink flesh then turned a vibrant green, cheeks speckled with dots, the rearview mirror makes me scream. Eyes lock on this sight as my hair turns sleek black. It must be the treatment, there's no going back. Have I become a monster, overpowered by light? Too much of one thing is never right. Now you may have noticed I completely changed the ending.
Yeah, but that was really good.
Thank you.
How did your class react?
They really liked it. I told them it was based off a dream, and they thought that was really cool. But they were like, what does the light mean? Tell us what the light's a metaphor for. And I was like, I'm sorry, I have no answer.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you. I did have to consolidate, and I changed the ending because I thought, poetry, you gotta be poetic, you gotta, like, make them think a little bit. So I changed the newsroom ending to be my reflection seeing it in the rearview mirror.
I like it.
But thank you. Yeah,
I like it. That was good.
Poetry, what do? Snaps. Woo! Woo! But yeah, some of them were actually pretty angry. They were like, but you have to know what the light means. You have to. And I was like, but I don't. And I'm not telling you. And I'm not guessing. So in our final segment of the podcast, we'll share a dream submitted by someone in the DreamShare community, but for this special spooky episode, we thought we'd shake things up a bit. And so Christopher's going to take the lead on this and share a dream from the community.
Yeah, so this is from my friend Ellis. He titled the email, My Childhood Nightmare.
Ooh.
I haven't read this, by the way, so this will be a new experience for both of us.
Okay, I'm excited. Oh, and Ellis is from across the pond, so hello there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you originally asked me, you were like, oh, you should like do a British accent for the whole thing. And I was like, no.
I'm sure that accent that I just did lost every single British viewer that we have, which is one, and it's Ellis. So I'm sorry, Ellis.
All right. The subject of his email was My Childhood Nightmare. And he says, Hi, Sarah and Chris. Hey, Ellis.
Hi.
I'm writing to inform you about my recurring childhood nightmare, seen as though it's almost Halloween. Ever since I was a child, I've had a fear of E.T. the alien. I don't know why. All I know is that I hate him, and I want him to leave me alone. This recurring dream is of E.T. chasing me up the stairs into an attic and chasing me around the room from corner to corner, making that horrible screaming sound he does from the movie when he's scared.
Oh my god.
I've never seen the movie, so I actually don't know what he's referencing. I'll have to look it up.
I don't know what that sounds like.
I don't know either. I can imagine like,
Yeah, I also imagine like,
but get this, we're in our own personal hovercrafts.
ooh.
They're playing bumper cars. Him and E.T. are playing bumper cars up in the attic. Although I was never caught by him, I remember waking up sweating and screaming multiple times because of him. I will always hate him. Hope you can make sense of this because I can't. Ellis.
Oh, Ellis. Well, I mean, given that neither of us have ever seen E.T., I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I do know that I've heard that a lot of people don't like E.T. I mean, he looks creepy. I wouldn't want to be his friend just because he looks creepy.
And he has really long fingers. I think one of them lights up.
Dude, his neck.
Oh, his neck.
Yeah.
His neck is super long,
His neck is
too.
long. It's
How
like a
does
giraffe.
his neck support his head?
That's a good question. Really strong neck.
Swole neck.
Yeah. He's got a swollen neck.
I think one of the reasons why I never watched E.T. growing up was because of I saw him on the cover and it freaked me out. And I don't know why this freaked me out more, but when he wears the little like hood over his head, that scared me too, because I was like, he's an imposter. He's trying to be a kid, but he's not. He's an alien. Something about that just did not settle well with me. So I don't think Ellis is the only one who has these unsettling feelings around E.T.
Yeah, probably not. I feel like if we see the movie, maybe our opinions will change, but it's probably about like accepting people who don't look like you. And we're both like, yeah, looks freaky. I don't like him.
Oh no. I could also imagine that like anything chasing you when you're younger would be freaky and scary. But maybe Ellis had watched E.T. and like that was the last person or figure that he saw, and then that just like stuck.
Well, this is a recurring dream.
Yeah, but was the first one like right after he watched E.T.?
Oh, that's true. I don't actually know. What if if he never watched E.T., that'd be interesting.
Oh no.
He sent me a video of him. I guess he has like an E.T. doll or something in his house, which maybe contributes to this, but he sent me a video of him just punching it in the face.
Oh my god, poor Ellis. Sorry, we can't help.
I know, poor Ellis.
Now I feel like we're like the Ghostbusters. We're like, do-do-do-do-do-do. Was that copyright?
Yeah, you're canceled.
Okay. Well, thank you to Ellis for sending that in. We're so sorry again.
No, I want to say it.
Oh, okay.
So thanks, Ellis, for sending that in. Sorry we couldn't help. Good luck with your ET fear. Yeah, Sarah, you take it from here.
If you have a dream you want to share with us, you can email it to dreams.dreamshare@gmail.com and we might just share it on the podcast. No promises of helping you figure out what it means, but we love to share. Check us out on Instagram at DreamShare Podcast. And if you liked what you heard today, if you really felt those spoopy vibes today, why don't you go ahead and share it with someone? Share it with your children of the neighborhood on Halloween. See if they want to listen to it. Leave a review. We don't know how those work yet, but if you're given the option, go for it. Shoot for the stars. Follow us for more updates and DreamShare podcasts. And until next time, happy Halloween and sweet dreams.
I'm going to say sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
my god, that's great.